Hi, everyone. It is Steph. We're continuing our conversation about James Clear's Atomic Habits. And I love his emphasis on the role that identity and the way that we see ourselves relative to our business and relative to our community at large, how that self-perception really influences our ability to adopt new and more effective habits. So something that I've seen over the years with many clients and with myself for that matter is going from being on the receiving end, being reactive, almost being a victim of our circumstances, and flipping that script so that we come from a place of empowerment. So some of the things that I've heard people say, and I've heard myself say these same things is, I never have enough time. I never have enough money. I'm bad at delegating. I'm not good at sticking with a system. These are things that come up frequently. And when you hear yourself say that, use it as an opportunity to figure out how you can flip that script and create a new narrative for yourself so that you can step into an identity that helps you to advance your own cause. So instead of being the person who never has enough time, you are a person who values their time and makes choices accordingly. Instead of being the person who never has enough money, you are the kind of person who can learn how to be a better steward of their resources. If you are bad at delegating, you are a person who will reach out and collaborate with others in search of solutions to common problems, and so on and so forth. So anytime you feel that you are reacting against something, or you kind of feel like you're being pushed around, and some of us, if we're tired, if we're sick, if we're stressed, we are not at our best, and this is when it's really easy to be the victim and the martyr. So when you catch yourself in that situation, really hear it and then say, this can't stand. Like, this is not serving me, having this attitude. Who is the person that I want to be? How do I wish to function? And it's amazing how that little shift in your mindset and how you perceive yourself, how radically it can transform the decisions that you make. That has made a really big difference for me after reading this book, and also after having done my own coaching work over the years. The story that I used to tell myself was, I'm bad with money. And when I started telling myself, I'm actually very good with money, and I can be very disciplined with money, and that became my identity, it was amazing how quickly I was able to clean up my habits around my finances. And I got more curious about my numbers and my data and started making better decisions using that information. So I went from being reactionary and somewhat self-pitying to seeing myself in a different light and being the kind of person who makes wise decisions with their resources. And once I started seeing myself that way, everything changed for me around money and how I manage it and what I'm able to achieve with it. So I really encourage you to be honest with yourself about when you might be playing the victim a little bit. And we've all been there. I've certainly been there. And how can you use that moment to create a new narrative and put yourself in a position of empowerment? And how might that have a very positive ripple effect in your business? If that is something that you're struggling with, if you're having a hard time kind of envisioning that for yourself, this is why I'm here. I am happy to help you with this, and we're going to continue looking at James Clear for many weeks ahead, because Atomic Habits is a content-rich, yummy book that really has a lot of transformative advice in it. So hang with the series. We're going to stick with this. Please let me know if you need any help. Hopefully this gives you something chewy to think about, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care, everyone. Bye.